everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and this is going to be my week 9 of my second pregnancy update. And my son is awake for this one, so yeah, he's 15 months old. I'll grab him and show him to you guys in a little bit. But I'll be talking about everything that happened during week 9 of my second pregnancy. Things that we did this week are our first ultrasound, which was our viability ultrasound, used our fetal Doppler, and decorated our Christmas tree with our son for the first time. So I'll just share a little bit of life with you. Here, Cole, say hi. Say hi, this is Cole. He has no pants on, I don't know why. What happened to your pants? You wanna eat? Your dad's gonna feed you some lunch. What are you gonna eat for lunch? Yep, lunch is right over there. So we'll see how this goes. Say bye. Bye, see you later when I'm all messy. Bye. This week the baby's the size of a green cocktail olive or a cherry, which is about an inch big. What's happening in size and development, I'm just gonna read a little bit from my notes that I kind of gathered from everywhere. So we are officially in the fetal period. The heart is now developed and large enough to be picked up by an ultrasound, which we did this week, but we didn't hear it. We actually heard it with the fetal Doppler, and I'll tell you guys about that. The liver, spleen, and gallbladder are under construction now. A diaphragm is forming, and tiny muscles are making spontaneous reflexes, which we saw in our ultrasound, and I'm so excited because with our first, we didn't see any fetal movement, and I think it's because we pushed it back a week, but I'll definitely put a clip of that in so you guys can see. So those movements aren't something that you can feel yet, and definitely not with your first pregnancy. I know that they say that you feel fetal movements earlier with your second, but nothing at this point. Also, it says, did you know that your blood volume will increase by 50%? It's your body's way of helping your uterus grow as well as carrying more oxygen and nutrients to your baby. Your blood vessels also dilate faster. For these reasons, you may find yourself feeling short of breath often. I wonder if that starts now because I definitely feel short of breath recently. Definitely more this week. My husband's with the baby. He's not just coughing over there alone. How I'm feeling physically this week, definitely just bloated. I feel ugly. I feel fat. I feel pimply. The pimples are just all over my face still. I never had pimples, knock on wood. But as of right now, they're just like popping out everywhere. Symptoms this week, nauseous, still having it in those waves, and it gets the worst around like 4:30, 5 o'clock dinner. It just is the worst time of day for me, and I just hate it. I hate thinking about what I want to eat, thinking about what to make, thinking everything, just the smell of things, eating in general. It's the worst. I've been irritable, so says my husband. I've been very irritable, indecisive, super tired, and like having crazy dreams still. Also, I've definitely been peeing more at night. The like frequent urination at night has definitely increased. More like waking up from a dead sleep and just having to go to the bathroom out of nowhere. And if I didn't say it already, bloated, like super bloated. Cravings this week, I've been craving popcorn actually when I do feel that urge to eat, and then Bloody Mary mix. So I got that Mrs. T's Bloody Mary mix and I just put it on ice and I drank it pretty quick. I didn't even sip on it. It was just like, bye. How my body has changed. My weight is actually up about 2 pounds. I don't know how much of that is bloat or it's probably related to the fact that I'm eating carbs like crazy. Are you judging me?
What? I'm not judging you.
And my waist is about 2 inches bigger than it normally is. I don't know why.
You mean you don't know why?
Because it shouldn't be. It's only like 9, almost 10 weeks. 10 weeks. So definitely bloated. I'm just gonna blame it on the bloat. Or it's probably related to the fact that I'm eating carbohydrates like crazy because that's the only thing I feel like I can eat. 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 Yeah, you're eating. Definitely do feel it, and I feel like in a way I already am starting to look pregnant, kind of. It's probably just something that I can notice and my husband can notice, but it's like I feel poochy down there, and I don't think I should be showing yet. So it definitely has to do with what I'm eating. Plus I know I'm pregnant, but I don't know. I just feel like I'm definitely showing more than I was with the first one, and that is something that they say is you do show a lot sooner with your second pregnancy. So things we did this week, we did the at-home fetal Doppler. That was before we went to our first appointment, which was our viability ultrasound, and we kind of pushed this off by a week because with our first we went and it was he was kind of small, and then they backdated us a week because I ovulated a week late during my first pregnancy, but I had no idea, which this pregnancy, I know that I ovulated a week late. I ovulated on day 21 versus day 14. So I've actually been going by the lesser amount, which would be a due date of beginning of July. So if I went by my last menstrual period, my due date would be end of June. So we're excited for this appointment because we don't know what they're gonna say. Like, we wanna know what our due date is. Are they gonna backdate us like they did with my first pregnancy, or are they gonna keep it with like the last menstrual? So we'll see. Actually, we did see, but. So back to that at-home fetal Doppler. I convinced my husband to let me lay on the couch and do it. I'll put a little video in here, but I put the probe right on my belly and right away just got the heartbeat. So we recorded it so that we were able to replay it because I don't want to use it too frequently.
Oh
my God, I got it right away.
Wow. That's it, Cole. That's your brother or sister. Wow. Wow.
I can't believe I got it right away.
All right. That's crazy. Hey, Spaghetti Head. That was you.
Oh my God, I can't believe it's there. You know? Just be careful if you do decide to get one of them. I know that they say that you should just leave it to the professionals because you don't want to ever delay treatment. So be careful if you do get one. For me, I have it and I am a medical professional, so I feel that I would use it in the appropriate ways. But it's cool because we got to hear the baby's heartbeat, and that was comforting because then I was able to go into this appointment knowing that, okay, there was a heartbeat a couple days ago and my anxiety was taken down like several notches. So this week we had our first real ultrasound. I know in the weeks prior I showed you a little bit of an ultrasound, but that was literally just for maybe 45 seconds, stuck the probe in to kind of ease my nerves and show me that the baby was there and the heartbeat was there. This ultrasound lasted about maybe like 5 minutes, maybe a little bit more, and it was just kind of measuring the crown to rump length, and it was a sizing ultrasound, actually, like just the viability ultrasound. Going in, I was about 9 weeks and 2 or 3 days, according to if I were going by my late ovulation. They were going by my last menstrual period, so they were dating me at 10 weeks, 2 days. So in my head, I was expecting it to be backdated. So the baby measured smack dab in the middle of my last menstrual and my late ovulation, which was 9 weeks and 6 days. So because it wasn't greater than 6 days, they're gonna keep my due date as my last menstrual period. So our official due date is June 29th, 2020. I feel like it's gonna be a beginning of July baby, but I don't know, we'll see. It's funny because our son Cole was born on August 29th. I wonder if the 29ths are gonna stay in the family. During this ultrasound, right away the ultrasound tech was like, that's a healthy baby, and my husband and I's faces just lit up because everything did look healthy. Everything that was supposed to be there was there, and it looked nothing like the last ultrasound that we had with our miscarry. There looked to be like plenty of fluid around the baby, there was a yolk sac, and this one actually had like little arms and legs that were moving. The baby moved, and it was the craziest thing because we only have it to compare to like Cole's ultrasound, which was technically he was 8 weeks when we had it. So this one is, they're saying we're 10 weeks now. So 2 weeks makes a big difference. Like the baby, and I'll put the video right here, was literally like, I think it was involuntary, but like just moving, and it was the cutest thing. It makes it feel real. I think that we needed that. Both of us needed it because we just feel like we were just cautiously going through every week. We were also able to see the brain, which was crazy. You saw like the hemispheres of the brain.
Oh my God, they look crooked like Cole's.
Oh my gosh. can't believe it.
Brain.
Oh, the
arm,
brain.
see? 2 hemispheres of the brain. 2 little arms. Here's one. Here's one.
Oh my
Core,
gosh.
and down to the legs.
And then we saw the baby's little legs cross because she went from the underside. And my husband was like, oh great, the legs are crossed just like Cole. Because my husband has like kind of turned in hips and we feel like our kids are gonna just get his hips and legs, which is cute. I don't think there's a problem. I love him for everything that he is, so whatever they have of him. The only thing again that we didn't hear was the heartbeat on the ultrasound. We saw it, we saw the heart flicker and everything looks great. The way that I heard the heartbeat was from the at-home fetal Doppler. This week we also decorated our Christmas tree with our son for the first time. I mean, last year he was here with us and we decorated, but he was a part of it. So we were able to put all the ornaments out and let him kind of pick them up and put them on the tree. And in that process, we were teaching him like, no, these are on the tree, like no touch, but you can give him a little kissy. And it was the cutest thing ever. It's just seeing the magic in his eyes of everything, like the tree lit up and we have this garland and all the stockings and we hold him and we go around and we point out every decoration in the house and he just loves it. So what's comforting to me, definitely rewatching the video. Luckily, our office, we are able to video our ultrasounds. So I know that some offices are very strict about it, especially if you're having appointments that are at high-risk doctors and stuff like that. So unfortunately, I don't know if you'll be able to record it, but you do get the printout photos. For us, we do have a video of it, so we replay that video and we keep watching it. And then also the fetal Doppler, the heart rate that I was able to record. I just rewatch that and listen to the little heartbeat. Things I'm looking forward to, definitely my next scan. So the next ultrasound is gonna be in 2 weeks. They said like 2.5, but the way that it worked out was 2 weeks for us. And then they're gonna draw like 7 tubes of blood. I forget what they said they were gonna test for, but it's gonna be a lot of blood work that's gonna test for like abnormalities and stuff like that. And then you also do have the choice at this one, because it'll be between 12 and 13 weeks, if you wanna pay extra or if your insurance does cover it. Because I'm not 35 or over, my insurance isn't gonna cover it, so it would be $300 out of pocket. And it's called the Clary test, which would actually give you an early gender also. So you can do an early gender reveal with that blood work. Plus you get the testing of like all the abnormalities, like chromosome abnormalities and other things. We haven't decided if we're gonna do that. When we had Cole, it was $150, so it's doubled in price since then. And everything, we would find out the gender at week 20, but it's also, I think, comforting to know, you know, all of those abnormalities are okay too. So we'll see what we choose to do. We can actually have that blood work done at any time, but it has to be at least between week 12 and 13. This upcoming appointment, they would also test for your blood type, which would test for the Rh factor, which I already know that I have. I'm B negative blood type. So after my first, I got the RhoGAM shot at 28 weeks, and then I got it postpartum. And then also with my miscarry, I had to get the RhoGAM shot within 72 hours of the miscarry. So that prevents your body from attacking the next baby with like the Rh factor. Thoughts and questions I have, just some thoughts, like we've been really thinking about in our car rides, talking about what we would possibly name this second baby. Picking a name is so hard, and I don't know, for us, for our baby Cole, we both had that name as just something on our list of names that we always liked, and that was kind of easy. But for the second, I don't have anything that I'm like absolutely in love with. We're definitely just throwing names around right now. And I think that after this ultrasound, it's just made us more excited and made everything seem a little more real. We're starting to really accept the fact that we're pregnant, and it's like feeling real now. I'm sorry for the yelling in the background, but if I don't do this now, it'll never get done. Things that I'm scared or nervous about, definitely thinking about a VBAC, because I did have a C-section. Oh, you're messy. Did you eat? What did you eat? Something red and dirty. Okay. So things that I'm nervous or scared about, definitely thinking about a VBAC. Not that I have to right now because it's super early. Like, let's just take, then I go back and say like, let's just take one step at a time, like 1 month at a time. Actually, like, I don't even have to think about it until we get super close, because I don't even know. I don't even know what my options are, but it's like, I don't even want to talk about it yet because it's just early, you know? Maybe after 20 weeks, we'll start to like really think about it. I know that there's courses that you can go to and classes that are just encouraging, because once you go in and you have a C-section, I don't know if some facilities would say that you have to have another C-section, but I think most are leaning towards doing the VBAC, especially since now with this pregnancy, I will be at that 2-year mark almost between babies, like between birth and birth. So I think that everything is good to go for trying a VBAC. I don't know actually what the risks are and all of that, so I would have to look into that more, but I will update you guys as I find out more news about VBACs and like the possibilities and the risks and all of that. Something I would be nervous about is if I did have a VBAC is like, I would hope that I would go into labor, and the thought of going into labor is exciting because that's one thing that I really missed out on, and I felt gypped. The fact that I had to have a C-section before because my baby was breech. He was breech since 32 weeks, and we've tried like the turning and everything, and don't even worry about that, but because babies can flip all around from like breech to the proper way. And anyway, so off of that rant because it's too early to even be talking about that, but we're gonna take a look at how my belly is progressing. But thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for notifications if you want to know when I post my next video. And let's just take a look at how my bump is progressing, because I feel like there is one right now. I don't think you're gonna think that, but I feel bloated and I feel like I have a little belly. So this is my belly for week 9, day 1 of week 10. I know that the pants are like pushing it down. It's definitely bloaty. And then when I relax, I don't know, I feel like it's drastically different from the weeks prior. And second baby, don't forget, it's gonna show more faster than the first. Eee! So exciting. I can't wait until my belly is like, I have a baby in there.